Kevin, why would you say Milky Way galaxy when outer space is a hoax? Well, you know what? As much as you may or may not like it, everything is given a name. Now, Milky Way galaxy is the name of the stars in the sky. But who's to say that when you're only looking at the sky, is that the Milky Way galaxy? Your eyes are open, you're getting light from the center of heaven. Okay? In a cell. Okay? I don't talk about space being a hoax. I don't think you can get through the bubble. There's a lot of pressure on our bubble. So I don't think you can go through. I do not think it is glass ceiling. Okay? I just don't. The bubble. You know? I don't know center vortex, Mount Meru means. I've heard the song 99 Lift Balloons before. Everything else seems to be a little bit too crazy for me right now, except for my gematria I did, because I like to gematria things about life that just mean nothing. So here I am, and I'll look it up. This might be like a future maybe of what goes on live streams, but I'm not set up for that now. So I looked up the lyrics because, like, a lot of it says we'll make great pets, so I'll get to that. Children are innocent. Teenagers are fucked up in the head. Adults are even more fucked up. And elderlies are like children. Now, I completely agree when you talk about understanding what I'm trying to talk about. Yeah. Will there be another race to come along and take over for us? Maybe Martians could do better than we've done. We'll make great pets. Okay? So I decided. So, we'll make great pets, eh, guy? Alright, that's what that means in numbers. But I found this to be fun. Okay, so the word was God. Okay, everything is given a name, guy. Okay, the Milky Way galaxy is a name given to something. Okay. You like to think that you are self. Ugh. That you are self. You were trained. Why? My camera is not trained. You are self. Okay? You have a galaxy. You have planets, I guess. And the whole thing is the universe. That's what you were told. Okay. My God. There. That's what you were told, okay, about life. Okay? That's kind of backwards because I believe that self is the universe. Okay? And what you have access to before, like, you try to venture off the map of Grand Theft Auto and then all the cops come to kill you. So in the space you're allowed to go, that's your galaxy. And we have a name for that, and that's the Milky Way galaxy. Okay, we think we're on a planet, a plan of ET, or a plane. Okay? ST, maybe? Plane Street. Okay? And we see planets which are just different galaxies for different universes in a different frame of reference. Okay? The planetary ball model, okay, the spherical cellular model, and the flat model are all copacetic and understanding the bullshit, so when you put it all together, you get the truth, guy. Okay? So, I looked up, so we'll make great pets, eh, guy? The word was God, okay? Divine gene engagement to Jesus, nice. Yeah, soul equals 360 like pi, I guess, etc. Interesting. Hey, yo, Austin Lee Meredith is Jesus the Chosen One. Randomly, guy. Because, like, I have a knack for doing this, I guess. Alright? Yeah, and forbid them not, for of such is the kingdom of heaven. Hey, mommy, look what I can do. Numbers 3, 6, and 9 make up a numerological triad. Gematria has... Okay, there. 3, 6, and 9. Okay, we're going to talk about numbers now. We have 10 minutes to talk about numbers. Remember when I did this, and I found 1.21 gigawatts, because 1, your 9, and your 6 will be your 69 as your point. Okay, 1 point, what's that? 3 sevens. 21, what's a gigawatt? Well, that's a joule. Okay, and if you're going to dot it, okay, and this is, sorry, a joule, but if you were to just put a dot here, that would be a giga. And over here, this is in kilo, capital watt, hour. So if we take the watt from there, because it's capital, and if you know that a 1 is a 0, it's 1.21 gigawatts. Anyway, so when I found my name to be kind of like derived from this nonsense as like Konaj, okay, and Nivek, I wanted to see what these numbers mean. All right, so I went over here to something more luminescent, okay, guy? And what I did was, okay, my name is 5 letters, and then the circle for those 5 and the circle for those 5. And the circle for everything else will be, you know, in the end, the cell of Excel. So when you count for a circle, it'll be 396. Okay, my name in backwards land means 396. Look at this. With the new cipher, okay, where capital J and capital K are just 26 plus a letter and 22 plus 48, and you add them all together, okay, you get 87 for Kevin and 103 for Janet. Sum to 190, okay? If you add 13, if you add 12, because I had 13 earlier, but I had the 13th down here at the end, you get 202. No, whatever. 20, 20, 40, you know, Jesus, base 5, cool. Now, if I look at it backwards, instead of saying 87, let's go 78. Instead of 103, let's go 301. Add them together, you get 379. Add your plus 12, you get 391, okay? Now look at this. Add these two together, you get 593, okay? Go read it backwards again. 395, it's in a circle, there's your 369. Now look at this. If you take away the capital K, the capital J, and the capital V for the KJV, okay, you're left with a kin one. Right. So let's look at some things. Right. So here we go. Here are your actual numbers, how you know them. I got 0 to 9. And then I'm going to put A to I because 0 is not really a letter of our alphabet for some reason. Now I'm going to say a 0 is a 1, then 9, then regular. So I'm going to, instead of putting 0, 1, I'm going to put 1, 0, 9, and then regular to 8. Okay, that's all I did. Sum of actual and converted depicted in actual form means a 0 plus a 1 is a 1, a 1 plus a 0 is a 1, a 9 plus a 2 is an 11, 2 plus a 3 is a 5. You know what I'm saying? I'm adding stuff and putting the sum in real. Now, sum of actual and converted depicted in converted form. All I mean is that 0 is a 1. Okay? So, like, a dash is a 0. A 0 is a 1. 11 is going to be double 0. Okay? And that's going to be double 0. And these are going to be zeros leading by those things. Okay? That's all I did. That's all I did. Now. Okay. What is going on now? So this is probably the most important cell. Okay, the middle cell that you are now viewing currently. Okay, so the reason this is because this is a 0 is a 1, then 8, then 9, then 2, regular. Okay, it makes no sense. What is a double 0? Looks like an 8 to me. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, 0, 8, which is going to be your 0, 1, 8. Okay, just you draw it and say it. I don't know how to make you think backwards. Anyways, okay. Now, when I'm looking around, and then you're 9, because, again, the unification between the 0 and 1 is duality, okay? 0 and a 1 is basically, okay, if you have 0 and a 1, from a different point of view, you're going to, this 1 is actually probably a two-dimensional circle. And you have a circle like this, and if you look at it from a certain point of view, you're going to see an 8, okay? And that's basically unification of 0 and 1, of balance in the sec. You know, balance of duality. So this right here is super important, okay? And look at this. And this is the hard part. This is the part that's going to suck. Okay? Sorry. Look. It makes a bunch of V's, okay? You see how everything's kind of highlighted here, except the middle is centered on the 8, and you have an 11. Anyways, you have a lot of stuff, okay? So I think that this is the actual way it goes, okay? And there's lots of reasons why, okay? Lots of reasons why I think this has a lot to do about this. That has a lot to do about this. It has a lot to do about knowing that you need two 1 of 7s to make a 14 of Armageddon. And there's your 110, and there's your 60, and everything makes sense. Okay? And it all comes down to gravity again. Hey, look at the number sequence that I just wrote. Hey, look at this. Let's look at the first part, the right-handed guy. Understand that, and you understand the left. 1089. Read it right to left. 9 dot, because 1 is a 0. 80, which is a 1. 9.80. Okay, that's interesting. And then there's your 2, so you're going to balance between the right and the left. So the left over here, let's just take the whole thing as a 1. So you have your 1 and your 4. Add them together, that's 5. Multiply it by this to make your V, because that's just a V going into the page. I get a 10. I think that's interesting. And then what's left over here? We got your 7, 6, 5. Now, if this is a triangle or another little tiny V within this other V, you know, making like, I don't know, W's or something, okay? Let's read it like 6, 7, 5 instead, okay? Like way we read it, but let's just make like triangle math, okay? So 6, 7, 5. Okay, 6, 7, 5 minus 10 is your 6, 6, 5, okay? Now, isn't it funny that 9.80665 is actually gravity? Isn't that interesting? Okay? How you have to make two 1 of 7s. And look at this. 089 is a 17 with a circle around it. Like a 1, 7 and then a 2, 7. And then your 2 1 of 7s. Okay, look. It's all here. Okay? You got your... This is basically a V. This is how you make your first V. And when you get to here, what do you have? Okay? You're at 2. Okay? You need 2 1 of 7s. Okay? You know why? Because this whole thing here is 10 cells long, and it's going to be centered on these two. Okay? Because there's 4 on top, 4 on bottom. It'll be centered on the line between them. Okay? That is the one-dimensional line. It's no longer a zero-dimensional singularity. It's one-dimensional line. The 27 club, or the 72. Look at this. 72 plus 31. Look at this, right here. This 110 is 72. Oh my God. 72 plus 31 plus 1 as a whole, plus 2 plus 7, divided by 3, plus 3. Now, I don't have enough time to explain that, and this is really shitty the way I'm filming it, because I need to get better stuff. But 72 plus 31 plus 1 plus 2 plus 7 divided by 3 plus 3. Because the 1 is a 3 guy. Anyways, it makes like an IV, okay? Because this 3 at the end, look at this guy. At the end of the day, if you have it centered on 2, look at this. 2, and then you have 1, 2, 3. So let's just do 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, okay? And I'm going to hit Control and 2. Sorry about that. Now look at how important this is. Look at this. 1, okay? Sorry, here's your 8, 9, and your 0. It's your 17 circled. That's 1 of 7. Then you need 2 1 of 7s of 13, because 7 and 6 is 13, of 110, because 6 and 5 is 11, and this is a circle for 110. What's after 110? 2143. Okay? That's what it means. You're 1... This is 3-dimensional Earth. 1 of 7 of 13 of 110. This is 5-dimensional Earth when it's frigging folding. Is 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 of 2143. Remember this one? 1 of 7 of 13. There's a way you make 110 of 2 1s, 4, and that is a 69, but it's actually a 3 because there's 1, 2, 3 of them. And the tetrahedron depicted by fire. Okay? You have a 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 of 2143, and you have a 1 of 7 of 13 of 110 of 2143. You have 2 1 of 7s of 13 of 110 of 2143. Maybe that's what's needed to make Armageddon, which is 1 of 4 of 5 of 6 of 0. Okay? There's your 8, guy. This is infinite. Creation is infinite. Like Superman infinite guy. I find it interesting that pi squared is 9.869. which is kind of like a 9.869, which is kind of like a 9.80, which is kind of like the beginnings of gravity.